back. Today's video, I am doing a story time. Today's story time is about why did I move out at 18. So we're gonna skip a little back. So in high school, I was staying with my dad. Well, previously I was staying with my mom, but I started staying with my dad in middle school in 7th grade, right? So staying with my dad, and I visit my mom. And then when I graduated high school, I moved back in with mama. And then I ended up staying with mama like 6 months. Ended up moving back in with my dad. I was in my dad's house like 7 months. And then to present time, on my own, I've been on my own almost 5 months now. It's been like 4.5 or whatever. It's peaceful. It is so peaceful. I love it. Honestly, I love it. I mean, not the bills. Definitely don't love the bills, but it does help you, grow more as a young adult, so you can manage your money. But I didn't like staying with my parents. I think that I'm a type of person that need to just be alone, have their own space. Cause don't get me wrong, I'm a people person. I love being around my family, love being around people. I love talking. I talk a lot. You can ask my boyfriend. I'll be talking his ear off. But at the same time, I like being alone. For the most part, I like being alone. But I do love being around people though. But for majority of the time, I'd rather be alone in my own space, have everything how I want to have it. When I was younger, if somebody came in my room and they moved something, no matter if my room was clean, dirty, if anything out of my room got moved, I knew it got moved. Like, I'm that type of person. I know exactly where I put everything. But I'm not a messy person. I always keep my stuff clean. I clean my house almost every single day, literally. But so in high school, I used to go, get into it with your parents, all the other stuff. So I used to get into it with my parents. I wasn't a bad kid. I did have really smart mouth though. But it's better. It's way better. But don't try it. Don't try it. Because it's still in me. But I have gotten way better with my attitude and, with the talking back. But I don't tolerate disrespect though. Just saying. But I just used to have problems like going back and forth with my parents. And then while I was in high school, I don't know, I felt that my dad was very, very overprotective. Like, I understand I'm his baby girl, his princess, all that good stuff. But at the same time, it's like, man, come on now. But as I get older, I understand, why he did the things that he did, because I feel like I'm going to act like him when I'm a parent. I'm going to be, overprotective, because it's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the world. And it's a lot of things that can happen, once your kid leave the house. Like, it's so many different things that can happen, especially teenage age. You want to get out, have fun, do whatever you want to do and like party. But I was never a party type person, still isn't now. I mean, I like to, chill with my own self, so with somebody close, but going to like parties, kickbacks, yeah, that's not for me. I don't see fun in being around a whole bunch of people that I don't know. So another thing when I was at high school was my curfew. I always had the earliest curfew ever. Okay, if y'all wonder why my tongue blew, it's because I just had a freeze from my job. So that's why my tongue is blue. So I always had the earliest curfew out of everybody, out of all my friends. Like, it was always me, literally. That's why, I would rather spend a night in my friend's house so, we could just be with each other all night. Because, and rather be with each other in the house than, like if we go somewhere, then I gotta be back home this time. Now, my freshman year in college, I had a curfew, but I didn't talk to anybody, so I still don't. So after high school, didn't really have friends, don't really have friends now. I mean, you know, like talk to a couple people. So it wasn't really like I had places to go with people. So I didn't really care about my curfew. Yes, I still had a curfew in college. But I mean, you gotta respect the people house that you stay in. And I didn't really mind it because all I did was work in school, and that's all I do now also. But the main thing with me, I would say, is I don't know, like, me and my dad, we just did not get along. We used to argue a lot. Like, I don't know, he used to get on my nerves. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this. But I love him to death, and I love Mama to death. We just will never, ever, ever live together. Unless, you know, when it gets to the point where they old and they can't do stuff they own self, you know. I'm the kid that's gonna let my parents stay with me, because I never let them go to a nursing home. I can't. I just don't see it in me. So my parents will be staying with me, you know, whenever they get older and they can't, you know, move around how they used to. But the main reason why I moved out at 18 was because I just needed some alone time, some peace, a peace of mind. And I have that. I feel like my life is way more peaceful now. Is better. Like my day goes smoother. Besides work sometimes. Whew. Them people work my everlasting nerves, y'all. They just get on my nerves. But that's a story time for another day. Let me know in the comments if you want to know like one of my work stories, cause I could tell y'all some stories. I could do some story times for real. But like I was saying, my life is way more peaceful now. I feel like my mind is way more at peace. My relationships with my parents are way better. My relationship with my mom is really good, and it had been bad for a while, but it's really good. My relationship with my dad is good also. We don't argue. I don't argue with my mom either, so that is all good. And I do miss my siblings. Well, my sister, she has her own place. She's had her own place for I think like 4 years now. But I was living with my brothers also. I do miss seeing them because they're the type of people who really don't like to text or FaceTime like that. Like, you gotta see them in order to, you know, get a conversation out of them. So I would say the one thing I miss about staying with my parents would be seeing my siblings, but that's probably it. Oh, and you know, didn't have to pay bills, but I feel like, yes, I have to pay bills, but at the same time, it's worth it because I'm at peace. I have a peace of mind. My life is peaceful, and I get to be alone, get to go about my day how I want to go about my day, and not dread being home like, man, I don't want to be here. Man, I'm just going to stay in my room all day to avoid people. Not saying like, you know, I don't like my parents or anything. I like them. It was just something that I was going through that I'm not going through anymore. And I'm happy that we in a good place right now, because I think my relationship with them is the best that it has been in a while, and I really like that. But that's the end of this story time. Let me know in the comments if you want to know anything about, you know, living on your own, the ins and outs, anything like that. I can definitely do another video about living on your own. I recommend it if you can do it, not if you can struggle. Think about that one. But thanks for watching today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below if you want me to do any story times about my job. I'll be willing to tell y'all some stories. You got a little tea. Okay, see you guys. Bye.